Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Alachua County Extension Cord Podcast. I'm here to wish you a happy 2022, and I am Dr. DJ Carrots, also known as Dr. Kevin Corris. I'm taking over for Dr. Taylor Clem on the Alachua County Extension Cord Podcast, and we are so excited to start 2022 off with new faces and new places here at the Alachua County Extension Office. And today I'm very pleased to be with our entire cast and crew of the Alachua County Extension Office. All of us agents who are here to bring you some great quality programming at a great new facility out by Newberry. And so welcome. It's going to be a great 2022. Excited to start the podcasting season off in style. And today we have Dr. Cindy Sanders here, who is the County Extension Director. She keeps all of us in line, and it was through her great efforts that we have this new facility that we're excited to talk to you about today. So, Cindy, what can people expect when they come out to the Extension office this year?
Okay, thanks, Kevin, and Happy New Year to everybody. We want to welcome you to the new IFAS Extension office here in Alachua County. We have moved from the east side of the county to the western side of the county, and we are now located in Newberry, Florida. Thanks to great efforts from the Alachua County Board of County Commissioners, the City of Newberry, Florida Department of Ag. We had many supporters in this project, and we are now in a new location. For those of you that have visited us in our old location, we'd been there for over 40 years, and it was time for a new look, and we definitely have it here now. I encourage those of you that didn't attend our ribbon cutting ceremony to come on out to Newberry and see us and see this great facility. This has been a progress for over 20 years, getting us moved here, and the funding finally came together with Alachua County Board of County Commissioners. City of Newberry actually bought our 5 acres with a $1 million donation towards the construction of this new building. So buildings here, we're looking at about a $6 million project, and we can't thank our supporters enough for that. We also had some support from all of our local producers, as well as several of our organizations that we work with, Alachua County Farm Bureau, Farm Credit, and Alachua County Cattlemen's, as well as the Alachua County Rural Concerns Committee. So we just want to shout out and thank all of those organizations that have helped us get where we are today. So with our new facility, we can do great new things.
Awesome. That sounds like a lot of moving parts, and I know that took a lot of coordination and effort and time on your part, and we're very thankful for your efforts on that, Cindy. And so we're super excited. I know personally, I love my new office, and I feel bright-eyed and bushy-tailed every morning to come in and serve the people of Alachua County. So we can start by introducing all of the agents here in the office and the wonderful work that they do and kind of how they envision this new facility working for them. So to start off, we have Martha Maddox, who is our Family and Consumer Sciences agent. And we're going to talk a little bit about what you plan on doing out here.
Well, thanks, Dr. Carrot, and Happy New Year to everybody. I'm really ecstatic because working in Extension for 35 years and not having a kitchen in my office has been a major challenge. And thanks to everyone that made this facility possible, we have a new state-of-the-art culinary kitchen, which is just awesome. It's outstanding. I wake up every morning pinching myself when I walk in. You know, is it a reality or not? But it's reality. And so we've got all kinds of things planned, Kevin.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. I've been in there. There's like 5 stoves. There's a few microwaves. There's machines in there that I don't know how to operate. Whenever I go into a kitchen, all I make is a mess. So that's very cool. I'm very excited to see the wonderful products that you can create in that big, wonderful kitchen and some of the classes that you're going to have. Could you talk to me a little bit about some of the things that you'll put on in that great space?
I sure am, and you like to sample too. I know you and Tatiana
Your cinnamon
and
rolls
all the rest
especially.
of it. Yes. We have a lot. We've had a lot of requests for canning and freezing. That is going to be featured in February. We're going to be featuring canning and freezing workshops on Tuesday and Thursday. But we're going to kick it off this new year with chocolates, savory mixes, and gift ideas to save time and money, because we know you have a lot of gifts that you may want to purchase, and there's nothing better than homemade gifts. We're going to talk about reducing sodium in your diet by using herbs and spices. We're going to talk about making bread. We're going to talk about making meals for two. And we're putting out a survey with all the people that attend our classes to see what the community is interested. So if you're interested in a certain class or a workshop that you would like for us to do, just email me at mmaddox@ufl.edu, and we'll see if we can address these topics. But we're going to do a lot of health-related, reducing sodium, reducing the fat in the diet. We're going to be working with a local restaurant on how to use olive oil that's made locally here with the University of Florida and in Alachua County. We're going to be talking, like I said, about canning. And yes, making cinnamon rolls was my first workshop in memory of my predecessor, Dr. Brenda Williams. Oh. But we do have a gas range that I will be demonstrating on, and we also have the 3 electric ranges. And I'm really excited. I don't want to steal the 4-H agent Mary Lee's thunder, but I'm very excited to be working with her on our food challenge with our 4-H groups, where we give them a list of supplies of what they can purchase, they can use, and they create a recipe. They do a cost analysis sheet. They have to give us the nutritional value. They go through an interview, and they learn all the different techniques of cooking and baking.
Awesome. So not just yummy food, but you're also teaching people how to cook healthfully. That's great.
Right, and we're going to really feature in on food safety, because food safety is a key issue. If you do not practice the food safety guidelines, we don't want you sick. We don't want worse than that happening.
Say no to salmonella, we say.
That's right.
That's a tongue twister.
But
go ahead.
But we do have a lot of different things planned. We're going to try to offer, as long as we can make attendance, we're going to offer morning classes and then turn around that same afternoon and do the evening classes.
Okay, great. And when they come to these classes, do the attendees get to get their hands dirty, so to speak? Do they get to help cook? And
some of them, they will get our hands-on. We will tell them if they're hands-on. They'll get to sample product. They'll take home product. There's all kinds of things that they'll be doing.
All right, that sounds great, Martha. I think I'm going to sign up for a couple of those and maybe try to impress my girlfriend with my cooking skills. Probably won't happen. All right, so next up, we have Dr. Tatiana Sanchez here to talk about her commercial horticulture program. She is the commercial horticulture agent here at the office, and she is a doctor of plant medicine, which is dear to my heart. I graduated in a similar program called the Doctor of Plant Health program, and we're both plant nerds and everything plants. So Tatiana, what's up for 2022, and tell me about your programming.
Well, like you, I'm also very, very excited about this new facility. I love coming to the office and having that much space and light to actually have a baby redwood growing in my office, which I'm really excited about.
Cool.
The location, I wanted to talk first about like where we are now. This location is great because if you've heard previous episodes, I work a lot with the watermelon growers in the county. And on this side of the county, we have a lot of the acreage for that commodity in particular. And added to the location is the fact that we also have a little lab now in our office. So during the season, and not just for watermelon, but other crops, I could come quickly to the office, check under the microscope and see, oh, I know what this is. I know what recommendation I need to give. So that is a plus, to have a dedicated space where we can do some diagnostic work, not to replace the plant disease clinic, but just some of the pathogens that we're familiar with, and we can tell the spore type and that kind of thing.
And I know that really cuts down on our turnaround time, which is very important for growers. They want to make a management decision yesterday if they have a problem. So it doesn't take long to get out to the field and come back with that sample and diagnose it in our lab.
And give them a turnaround. Yeah, that's really exciting. We also, on this side of the county, we have a lot of our nurseries, and that's another area that I work really close with. So being close to them is going to be helpful, but I want to make sure that our listeners know that we are serving the entire county, and we're always driving around. It doesn't matter where the office is located. It's it's kind of cool that it's against traffic when we're going to and from work. So that's kind of neat. And we invite you to come out here for our programs. And I also wanted to mention that we will be able to provide hybrid programming, as with the new facility, we'll have something called HiFlex. So when we have in-person programs, we can also broadcast to people in other places, not just outside of our county, but outside of Florida, and provide them all this educational content.
Great. Yeah, I know that was one of the results of the COVID pandemic. Unfortunately, was one of the good things, I guess. Fortunately, is that it kind of sped up our movement towards offering online courses and things like that. So, but we don't want to replace in-person courses, because we realize the importance of that and the learning experience you get. So yeah, it is nice to have this new facility where we're going to have hybrid technology where we can pretty much do both at the same time. That's great.
Yeah.
So,
I'm really excited.
So you mentioned ornamentals and you mentioned watermelon. What other crops do you work with? And if there's growers out there listening, maybe if you mention their crop, they'll know who to reach out to.
Well, in the county, we have a lot of small diversified farms. Some of them are organic, so it can be anything they have growing, from the perennial type of crops like peaches and things of that matter, to cole crops, vegetables, herbs, any number of
Great.
of crops.
So
yeah.
like the fresh to market produce crops.
Yes.
Great.
And I will also mention my beekeepers. I work with volunteer beekeepers to provide beekeeping education to people in the county, and I'm getting closer to working with the commercial beekeepers. I'm actually joining the inspector on several of the visits that he does to apiaries to be more close to this clientele, so we, as the university, we can also serve these stakeholders.
Awesome. Well, thanks for giving us the buzz on that. I'm here all day, folks. All right. Anything else you want to add for the folks at home there, Tatiana?
Come to see us.
All right, great. And I know she didn't mention, but we also together provide some pesticide safety training and education and testing out here. So if you are looking to get licensed as a certified pesticide operator, or you're looking to get your commercial license in pesticide application, come see us and we can facilitate that for you. All right, so keeping in the theme with plants and plant-related items, am very happy to introduce one of the new faces along with our new place, and that is Dr. Cynthia Nazario Leary, and I hopefully pronounced that last name correctly.
You did.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us. Cynthia is our brand new environmental horticulture agent. Cynthia, what's environmental horticulture?
Well, environmental horticulture is also sometimes called community horticulture. It's basically encompassing all the residential horticulture in the county. So, but also with that framework of we're working to grow things in a way that protects Florida's natural resources, and that's probably that environmental part to the horticulture. So growing things, but also being conscious of how we're growing those things to make sure that we're not overusing water, we're conscientious of erosion or things that are going into the soil, and protecting those valuable natural resources.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about yourself. So where did you come from? What's your story?
So before I was here, I was an extension in Hawaii for the University of Hawaii, and I was on the island of Maui.
Whoa.
And I did something very similar. My position there was urban horticulturist because we were focused on more of the urban environment. But I also coordinated the Maui Master Gardener Volunteer Program there as well, and then eventually the statewide Master Gardener Program. So
Excellent, because I know that this position, the environmental horticulture agent, is the one responsible for the Master Gardener programming here and the trainings and getting new recruits on board. So is that a part of the programming that you intend to pursue in 2022?
Oh, for sure. It's one of the many hats I think I wear, but yes, in my capacity here, I'll be the Alachua County Master Gardener Volunteer Program Coordinator. And in that position, I'm responsible for, not only coordinating the wonderful Master Gardeners that we already have that have, stuck through this program with the pandemic and everything and our new building and moving, but also then recruiting new Master Gardeners to join us. We had a hiatus in 2021 due to transitions in the position, as well as moving to a new building. So I'm really eager to offer Master Gardener volunteer training class in 2022. It'll most likely happen in around September, but we'll be accepting applications probably in late spring, summer. And so I encourage everybody in the community who loves plants, who's really into gardening, wants to serve their community, and most of all wants to be with other people who also share those passions, to go ahead and send us an email, contact us, let us know. We can put you on the waiting list, and you'll be added so you'll know when those applications come out, what we're doing. And also you'll get to know what other classes we're offering to the public.
Awesome. And coming now into the program is a great time. I know, again, with this new facility, there's a spot outside that has the Master Gardener's name on it. It's a big chunk of land where they're going to create a garden. And, it's kind of a clean palette that they get to paint their beautiful plant artwork on. So I know that they'll probably have some input with helping with that and maintaining it too. And I think that'll be really fun. And, something I think we failed to mention, we have this large, beautiful kitchen that's a teaching kitchen, but it's also attached to our auditorium, which holds, I believe, it's a capacity of 300 people. So we have room for as many Master Gardeners as want to sign up. So.
Yeah, and the thing is that I love how all those things are going to be able to come together. We're going to have these teaching demonstration gardens that are going to be able to provide those hands-on opportunities for them to learn propagation and how to plant things and how things grow here in Florida. And also tie that in with, the preparation of maybe some of these things when we come to the food production part. So I really like how we have one facility where we will be able to kind of combine all of those things.
Awesome. Great. I'm looking forward to it. I know that the Master Gardeners are very fun to interact with here. They have their little lab too as well, and they front a lot of the home gardening questions that come into the office, and they do a lot of identifications with their microscope, and it's really fun. I get to kind of be a teacher to them as well. My passion, as I'll tell you here in a bit, is diagnosing plant health issues. So it's very fun working with them. Yeah.
Troubleshooting is probably one of my favorite things too, and I think with the Master Gardener program, that help desk that they have is really, really important. It's our face to the community, really, and so I just want to emphasize that for especially for our current Master Gardeners, it's such an important service that they provide, and we're extremely grateful that they can extend that opportunity. I want to also add that, like Tatiana said, even though we're here in Newberry, we plan to provide help desk opportunities throughout the county and have pop-up help desks at our events, and make sure that we can reach everybody in the county. So
great. Yeah, we're definitely here for the east side as well, even though we're now physically located towards the west.
Exactly.
So.
And of course, they can always email and contact us with any of your plant or landscape problems.
Awesome. Yeah, just Google Alachua County Extension and our office will come up and you can get a hold of us, any of us agents. So, yes. All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Cynthia, and looking forward to programming in 2022. Yes. All right. Well, that brings us to our 4-H agent. So this name may be familiar to some of you folks who have been with us for a while and in extension and have your children enrolled in some of our programs, our 4-H youth programs. So Mary Lee Sale is, I should know that, is our brand new 4-H agent. And she was a 4-H program assistant before this, and she did such a wonderful job that it was an easy decision to bring her on board as a full agent. So she is going to be heading up the 4-H program, and we're very excited to have her on board. She's got really good ideas. She's a forward thinker, and she's really great with kids. And something, before I let her speak, I do want to mention too is all of us extension agents actually have written into our contracts with the university and with the county that we have a 5% youth program, or we give at least 5% of ourselves to youth. So we all are trying to collaborate as much as we can, or 5% worth, with Mary Lee to offer great programming for the kiddos. So if they're enrolled in 4-H, they're not just going to know Mary Lee, they're going to know all of us agents here. So without further ado, Mary Lee, hello, welcome.
Thanks, Kevin. So yeah, I was a 4-H program assistant here in Alachua County prior to this position, so definitely an easy transition for me about 4 months ago in September. And before that, I actually spent about 4 years in Virginia as a 4-H agent, so I'm definitely familiar with the 4-H world. And not only with my own background, but my husband was a 4-H agent in Suwannee County for a couple years, and then now works in the state 4-H office. So my family and personal life definitely bleeds green. And I know my son will be a future 4-H'er as well, and has already come to some club meetings. So yeah, my background is very strong in 4-H, and I'm super excited to kind of join the team of agents and just be able to kind of lead the program full force. So, yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, and we're happy to have you. And I know we've got just a great group of great minds in this county, some really, really motivated and dedicated kids. I am the 4-H co-forest ecology coach. I teach with another 4-H volunteer, Emily Eubanks, and all those kids impress me every single year, and it's just such a great time working with them and teaching them about forest ecology and plant identification. And I'm also involved with I put on a wilderness survival camp, and this was just part of some of the summer camps that we do. And I know it's a lot of fun, and I really do believe that youth that come through the 4-H program are better suited to be adults. And we're just happy to have you here to kind of help keep that great tradition of 4-H going. Could you talk about 4-H Council? I know that this year we've set some records with them, I think with our 4-H County Council members that we have.
Yeah, so this year we actually have 11 members of our state executive board. So basically each different level of 4-H has a council program. So we've got our clubs kind of have their own set of officers that run those clubs alongside those volunteer club leaders. And then we have a county council, a district council, a state council, and state council is kind of a different arm of the state executive board. So that's essentially the best of the best youth that come together to plan all of the awesome statewide programs that 4-H offers. So 4-H University, 4-H Legislature, where they get to go to Tallahassee and actually, sit in the chambers and write bills and laws and all that cool stuff. So those programs are all planned by youth. And in Alachua County, we've got 11 kids on executive board, which is more than any other county in the state. So that's been really exciting to just kind of work with those senior youth and have such a strong representation from Alachua County. And those kids represent us so well. And they come from all different program areas. We've got kids from multiple clubs, our shooting sports program, livestock kids that do, that focus on citizenship and leadership. So it's definitely just a well-represented group of kids. So
Great.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah, so it sounds like there's a wide range of activities that they can get involved in, based on their interest, and that's excellent. I'm very excited for 2022 in 4-H. We're excited as the forest ecology team. We really want to try to get to nationals. We got to win state first, of course, but we went to nationals in 2018 or 17, I believe, and we just had a great time, and we've been itching to get back ever since. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, so we definitely have, all kinds of different opportunities for kids. So 4-H is for ages 5 up to age 18. And we've got different age categories. So our Cloverbuds, juniors, intermediates, and seniors. And we've got just all different levels of participation that kids can get involved in. So we've got our teams like forest ecology or marine ecology. We're going to get some poultry judging going. Then we've got our 4-H clubs, which is kind of the just prime experience of 4-H. It's the way that you kind of form that community. They're literally called community clubs because they meet once a month. It's a group of youth with similar interests in a similar location. They meet with volunteer club leaders that they really get to know. Our volunteers are kind of the foundation for our program. I'm one person, so I might be able to reach a certain number of kids, but give me 20 volunteers and we can reach 20 times that amount. So
Great.
And then our summer programs as well. So we always offer stuff during the summer and in schools. So just kind of trying to reach everybody.
Super. And for those who are just completely unfamiliar with 4-H, what kind of age range, like what age kids can get involved, and how does that work?
Yeah, so ages 5 to 18. So our 5 to 7-year-olds are considered Cloverbuds. So they're sort of our entry-level participants. And then our seniors are ages 14 to 18. So they're kind of they're the ones that have probably the most things available to them. A lot of the statewide programs are for seniors, and they can, participate up to the state level and national level and everything. So And then those kind of junior and intermediates in between really get to kind of build on their projects and just become, stronger in the different skills that they're learning throughout the program so that they can really just jump in full force in those senior years.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Mary Lee, for sharing, and we're looking forward to having you on board and collaborating more in the future, and excited to do that with all the agents here at the office. I guess finally I can talk a little bit about myself and what I do here. Again, my name is Kevin Corris. I'm a doctor of plant health, so I really love anything that is plant systems biology, but in this particular job, I focus mostly on agricultural row crops, and in Alachua County, that consists mostly of corn, peanuts, some soybeans, a little bit of tobacco, and that's about it. But I also focus on forage crops, so if you are new to the county and you've got some horses or some sheep or some cattle and you want some information or a site visit on how to grow a good, healthy forage for your livestock animals, I do a lot of consulting on forage work as well, both warm season perennials and cool season annuals and warm season annuals as well. So keeping good, healthy forage in your pastures. I also am responsible for natural resources programming here in the county. So I do a lot of pond visits and pond workshops to ensure that we've got healthy ponds for all sorts of different kinds of uses. If you want to fish, if you want just a pretty pond in front of your building, if it's there for cattle, anything and everything, we can talk about that. And I do a lot of invasive species work as well. So like Tatiana, I'm very excited about our new lab here, and we can facilitate quick and accurate diagnoses of plant health issues. So if you've got something on your ag row crops or in your pasture, you're not sure what it is, bring it on in and we can kind of help you with that problem. Again, we mentioned we do pesticide safety training, and we do that all out here and offer exams. So, come on out and see us if you'd like to. Bring us a weed from your pasture, a weed from your lawn, and if you don't know what it is, we can try to identify it, and if you're having troubles controlling it, we can manage that as well. So we are also currently either looking for or now have hired a new 4-H program assistant, and I would be remiss to not mention that. But Mary Lee, where are we at in that process? I'll let you mention that.
Yeah, so the new program assistant will be actually a combination between 4-H and the Master Gardener program. So that's what my old position was just a 4-H program assistant. But now we've kind of realized that the Master Gardeners and Cynthia can also use a program assistant as well. So we are definitely excited to get that new person started. So we had the position open for a little bit before Christmas time. So now we're kind of in that interview process and hopefully getting that person started soon. So Cynthia and I are super excited to have that person to work with. I know they're going to be working in schools a lot because that's a perfect spot for that kind of 4-H and Master Gardener crossover with school gardens. So we'll definitely have a lot of time in schools with that person. So that'll be a really exciting way to just reach a lot more people in the community. They're going to be fully boots on the ground. Cynthia and I can do all of the reporting and paperwork stuff, and they get to go out and have all the fun in the county. So it's a really great opportunity for whoever that person will be.
Awesome. Sounds like another new face amongst the other new faces and new places with Alachua County Extension. All right, so that is who we are. That is what we do. We appreciate you for tuning in to the Alachua County Extension Cord podcast. We look forward to many more topics, many more podcasts this coming year, and answering all your questions about plants, about cooking, about 4-H youth development, anything you can think of. We're here for you. So with that, I would like to wish everybody out there listening a very, very, very Happy New Year!